Spring is here, and so is the L Certified by Lexus Spring Collection sales event. The perfect time to experience the peace of mind of an unlimited mileage L Certified warranty and complimentary maintenance plan.
For a limited time, get 0.9% APR on IS, ES, and ES hybrid L Certified models.
See your South Florida Lexus dealer.
Not all customers will qualify. Offer ends May 31st. Time restrictions pursuant to L Certified warranty and maintenance plan apply. See your Lexus dealer for details.
Blog Talk Radio.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Romy Mac's 2 Cents, where we talk about any and everything, and then we give our 2 cents. I hope everybody's having a good week. Show's going to be should be a good one today. We'll talk a little bit about that, that Pepsi commercial thing that's going very viral right now. But let me get my co-host D Snacks on the line. Yo, Snacks, say what up to the people, bro.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's happening? All right, cool. Looks like we got Evan from the E&J show calling in as well. Let me get him on.
All right.
Good evening.
Yo, who on the line?
You got E right here.
Oh, what's up, bro?
How's my audio?
Right now it's good, man. I think I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
All right. Well, we're gonna get into this Pepsi thing real quick. I know that the title of the show is "How Do You Keep the Music Playing?" That's more so like a figurative. It's like a figure of speech on any relationship, which I explained, in the promo video. But we'll get to that. But I wanted to rap with you guys really about this Pepsi commercial thing that's going very viral, real quick. And basically, what it boils down to is, it looks like that Pepsi was trying to do an ad where it basically picks that, you can stop police brutality just by drinking Pepsi. You know what I mean? Or issues between black and white, between issues between black and white, you can get it by just drinking Pepsi. And they decided to remove the ad, but it's too late now. People are already having fun with it, and emotions are already high. I read that I saw that what was it, Dr. King's, I believe it was his daughter, if I'm not mistaken, Bernice King or whatever. She said, I wish Dad would have known that about Pepsi back then or something. I'm not quoting exactly, but but that's basically what it got around to. It just seemed like they were trying to push the notion that if by drinking Pepsi that can stop police brutality. But I'll let I'll see what you guys got to say about that, this whole ordeal. But I'll go with you, Snacks, man. I don't know if you had seen it yet, but what did you think about that?
Well, I haven't seen it, man, but it's really a shame that they couldn't snatch it off before the rest of us got to see it, because that's crazy, man. I'm sure that's not the answer we're all looking for. Hell, I didn't draw Pepsi long before they started. Why they were beating cops a long time now, so I don't see how that helps anything, man, personally.
Yeah. So what about you, E? What do you think about that story?
Actually, I hadn't seen the commercial yet, but it sounds like a very tacky ploy for profit. Trying to get that shock crowd. Negative publicity. I guess I've never seen it, so I don't have a lot to say about it. But it sounds like it was very tacky. I'll try to find it though.
Yeah, what it is, they also have the, one of the Kardashian kids in there as well. So I'm pretty sure anyone looks for a reason to hate a Kardashian. But it's, Kendall is in the commercial, and I think she hands a can or some shit to someone, and that's supposed to diffuse situations. So they're getting a lot of backlash on that. But really, it for me, what that means is like they don't take it. They're not taking the situation very seriously. It's what it seems like, and a lot of people are just in our very sensitive society would look for a reason to be upset, a reason to not say complain about something, but really voice, really give our voice about something that we feel so passionate about. I personally don't like Kendall. Kendall is just trying to get a check, so there's no point in just going at this young girl. The bigger issue is Pepsi for, again, like Snacks was saying, why didn't they catch it beforehand? Like, who sat in a room full of execs and said, you know what, we should put a commercial out to where we're talking about Pepsi's ending police brutality. So it's a very sensitive subject, and obviously that's something they're gonna have to. Pepsi's gonna have to take an L for this one, and we'll just move on from there. But getting back to the title of the episode, how do you keep the music playing? It's more so like, how do you keep a relationship of any sort, whether it's working relationship, personal relationship? What are some things that has to be taken into consideration in order to keep that going, man? So I ask you guys, man, how do you keep the music playing? You know what I mean? For a relationship, just for what, based off of you guys' wisdom and knowledge of the years you've been on this earth, what do you see as some positive ways to keep the music playing in a relationship? And I'll go with Snacks, man.
I would say obviously you want to stay spontaneous. You want to be considerate of their feelings. For me, those seem to work really good. When you first meet someone, usually you're very spontaneous because they don't know you as well yet. And like I said, you can't go wrong with considering their feelings in all decisions and everything that you make. And I mean, personally, I think those are big things that will definitely keep the music playing, in my opinion.
Okay. What about you, E?
Well, I think for us 80s babies, we were kind of getting into the love stuff before technology took over our personal relationships with people. And I would say for intimate relationships and just friendships, we got to be sure to not take into account the quantity of people that we have, but the quality of the people. So if you got, a girl, it's very easy to get distracted by 7 million other women that's on social media or out in the streets or whatever the case may be, because right now we got more access to people than we ever have. So I think that's a big part of the relationship that you got to make sure your people, including friends, know how important they are to you. So if you're with somebody, sometimes the phone and the computer need to be away, or the tablet need to be somewhere else. Need to focus on your more interpersonal relationships. I think nowadays people can't talk face to face like they should because we can text everything. So I think that's a big issue, and it does affect our relationships on a personal level and on a friendship and business level.
Right. Okay. I'd say for me, how do you keep the? Oh, hold on. I think we got another caller coming in. Let me get them on standby, everybody. Yo, who on the line?
It's me, Ebony.
Oh, what's up, Booger?
No,
what's happening?
My
What up,
Did I
Eb?
change my name to something else?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Everything? Not much.
Wait, who else on the show?
Right now it's just Snacks. Just D Snacks. You got E and and me. So, just say what's up to everybody, and so we can get this thing rolling.
What up, Eb?
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
All right, bet. Let's get back into the conversation. So, Eb, what I was saying is, the title of the show is called "How Do You Keep the Music Playing?" So what I feel that how do you keep the music playing really is just like they said, be spontaneous. One, make sure you're in tune with everyone, and obviously want to be open and honest. That's one, that's probably, key in a surefire relationship, whether you guys agree or not. You definitely want to be open and honest with each other. And well, I mean, and what else was probably be good to say as far as how you keep the music playing? It's just you. It's a lot of factors. A lot of factors as far as keeping a relationship going, and you have to actually want to. You have to have that drive and stuff. If you don't feel any reason to to go any further, then it's you're half-assing it. You don't want to half-ass anything. You either want to be all in or all out. So. But what about you, Ev? What are your thoughts on that? As far as like how do you keep a relationship going?
Well, I agree with what you just said. I think keeping things spontaneous. You don't want to be so predictable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So keep surprising that person no matter what. Laughter, I think, lots more positive than negative. More laughter, more smiles, create great memories, things like that. I'm kind of a sentimental type of person, so I'm all for stuff like that, even if it's just the little things,
Cool. So if I give you like all pink and red Starburst, and just leave it like in the shape of a heart, when you come home, that's sweet enough for you.
It don't even have to be in the shape of the heart. Leave me some Starburst or a piece of chocolate that I like, and I'm happy. I'm dancing like a bad girl.
Cool.
It's one of those things.
Right.
Take me to Popeyes or something. I'll be happy.
Okay.
Like, I'm on my way home from work right now. I'm gonna be surprised if someone's down like the kitchen singing. I'm excited. Good.
Yeah. So Ed, let me ask you something. How far are you willing to go for love?
I mean, like how far in regards to it?
As far as like, let's just say, like if the guy you're seeing, you're not being specific, but like a guy you're seeing just happens to be down on his luck and he loses his gig, for a little while. You know what I'm saying? So like, how far are you willing to go for love? What extent?
How far would I go? Oh, that was here. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Sorry, my standby phone is ringing, but I'm not answering. I'm driving. I'm gonna call and drive. So, how far? I mean, it depends on the situation. So I could just base it off of what I'm going through now.
I don't fucking drive on a radio show.
Yeah.
You're going to say you don't talk and drive. You're going to have to drive my phone. What you on the radio show?
I'm taking work calls in the car. I just got off of work. How y'all on the phone already? So anyways.
I'm sorry, continue.
Yeah.
They didn't know I was doing the show in the car. So, I guess. Yeah. No, so anyways. So, I mean, based upon the situation that I'm going through right now, for example, I hear girls that, I ain't going to be with no dude. My dude stopped working and he lose his job. I ain't going to be with him no more, blah, blah. It depends. Now, if the man is just sitting at home on his ass not doing shit, then I could say I wouldn't go that far for him at all, period. Wouldn't do it. But if you're doing something to, improve, self-improvement like education, stuff like that, I'd go far for you. I'd rather die, Right. I mean, I'm doing it now. My husband, he goes to school. And I work. But, that's not saying he doesn't do anything else. He does, And, so, yeah, I would keep doing this as long until he's done,
I mean, that situation is, truthfully, that situation is like different because you have, right. We're military. So, like, once we're riding on that GI Bill, that's like a job anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And I know that he's,
what you can. You know what I mean? But I mean, as far as like, guys, he's at the house, he's just down on his luck. He doesn't, just have a gig. How long are you willing to, to sit with that?
I would still support him. That's the thing, though. I would support him still. I would encourage him. Less negativity and more positivity. if you always so negative about it, then that person's not going to want to do anything, you know? So you got to encourage that individual. You got to encourage him and support him and be there for him.
All right, you support him, but the countdown has definitely begun.
Help him, but if that individual's not willing to help themselves, then I don't know about that. Once in, that far, no. But as far as he's down on his luck, you got to do something to, uplift him,
Okay. So yeah, I guess I'll pose the same question to E. I don't know if we did ask, but how far are you willing to go for someone you love, bro?
Pass it on to Stacks to get my face shaved up right now. I'll Snacks.
All right, Pops. Snacks. Go ahead, man. How far are you willing to go for love? I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm just being. You don't have to be specific. Just say what what you would do.
Well, I mean, if we're referring to the unemployment thing, obviously I look at a significant other or someone I'm serious with as a backbone. So therefore, in the case of that, how far I would go, I would say, I mean, I'm going to be there, man. Like she said, I want to push you. I want to encourage you. I want to be in your corner, and I want to be your backbone in that case. So I wouldn't bail on you. Right? I mean, it would pretty much be your approach to it. If you're doing, like you said, you're down on your luck, but if you're trying and you're still putting forth the effort to make things happen, then I'm going to continue to put the effort in to support you and encourage you. You know what I mean? So when you say how long, I mean, it's how far, it's really based on your what you're doing. What are you doing to help this situation? Obviously, if I come home and you're not doing anything, or you losing morale about it, then obviously this isn't going to work. But I mean, I want to say, man, I'm in it for the long haul, and I want to stick it out with you personally.
Excuse me, hold on, y'all. I gotta get up. I'm gonna put y'all on mute.
Okay. Well, I'll ask. Hold on. Before we move on, you still shaving, man?
Nope. No, I'm good. I can answer this question.
Okay. All right. On you, bro.
As far as how far I'll go, we all want to stay inside our box when it comes to emotions and stuff. And I guess once you get outside that box with somebody, you've already gone as far as you're gonna go, and they might pull you further. So I'm willing to go. It's just, I guess I got to get over my wall and out of my box first. So, but if somebody's worth it, and I recognize they're worth it, then it's definitely worth a shot.
Right. Right. Okay. With all of us being parents, I'll ask this question in regards to like dating. What are some of the preliminary cautions to take when dating as a single parent? It's I would say, dating as a single parent. So like with you, Snacks, man, like what cautions do you take, or did you take rather, when it was time to to get back on the out there, you know what I mean, trying to date, what's some things you kept in mind, like, okay, I'm a parent, so I have to govern myself accordingly,
Right. Well, for me, I took it slow was the big one. I really took it slow, even with as far as introducing the young lady to my kids. I had to make sure that everything was right. You know what I mean? Did my homework on her. I mean, it took I'm not sure exactly how long it took before she met my kids, but it took a while. And for me, that was pretty much a precaution. I needed to make sure this was the direction I was going to go with, and make sure that this person was who they portrayed to be. There wasn't necessarily any kind of skeletons that I would have to be worried about that would interfere with my children's well-being, anything like that. Like, is she okay with kids? Because in my situation, the particular lady that I chose, she didn't have any kids. So for me, right off the bat, it was one of those things to even like kids, you know, stuff like that. I had to know right off the bat.
Right.
Yeah, and those are So for me, the precautions would be more or less taking it very slow, getting all the details. You know, the little things that, you know, when you're dating someone, they tend to come out a little later. For me, I took my time and, you know, I asked the questions. You know what I'm saying? Things like that.
Okay. What about you, E? As far as you know, taking preliminary cautions and dating as a single parent?
Well, the first thing is, do they or do they not have kids? Because there's a fundamental difference between women with kids and without kids. I learned my lesson with the last one. She didn't have kids, and my kids was an issue to her, even though she thought they wouldn't be. You know, so some girls would come into it thinking like, yeah, oh my God, I love kids. But when they see what kids are really about, kids are fucking assholes. So if they can't handle it, you know, it's gonna hurt the relationship. And I learned the hard way. So now, being a single man, I'm like, you know what? When I step into something, she's got to have a kid or two or four. I don't care, because she's not gonna understand parenthood or the responsibility of it. Also, preliminary things that I look at. Not involving kids, I guess, is I don't fuck with nobody that do no type of like drugs and like that, and it's just a big red flag to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like to be around it. I don't like the smell, so you know, just shit like that. But look, I'm about to step off for a minute. I'm about to get my eyebrows done. I'm just playing.
Okay. All right. Hey, no.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back though. I'm just put y'all on mute.
All right, yeah, we'll be here, bro. You know, as always, we appreciate E calling in. We will get that E and J show. Tell Jay get it together, and you know we get it together.
Yeah. Oh, your show won't be on speaker in my lap though. I'm listening.
That'll work, bro.
All right,
man. Yeah. So I mean, for me, and then I'll let you go, Sugar. But yeah, dating as a single parent, yeah, that big thing is if they do like kids. I was in a relationship where, as far as the individuals mentioned that she didn't have a problem with my kid, and then I think that situations went on as you saw what to deal with. I think that became an issue for her, and that's you know, it's kind of something that you want to know up front. If you're willing to deal with that, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those, it was a delicate situation where I really did love the female, but if she doesn't accept, you know, everything about me, then it's not going to happen. It's definitely not going to happen. So it's, you know, and you know, it's early, and this was early 20s, you know what I mean? Early 20s. So, but definitely my child is everything to me. You know, so she should be everything to you. As far as if you love me, no differently. You know, I love her no differently, rather. So, but I mean, you know, you live and learn. You know what I'm saying? Both young. I probably was a little too forward about the issue, and that can be quite, you know, intimidating for some that you know, that don't have kids, so they don't understand it, But what about you, Sugar? What are some preliminary cautions you would take if you were dating as a single parent?
That's a tough one. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of, I really can't say what I would or would not do until, you know, that situation. Or what is that situation going to occur? You know, I'm really protective of my child right now. So, I mean.
Hold on. I think this is. I got McGill call it. I mean to cut you off, Sugar. But I got your husband. Big man.
That porch monkey.
Yeah. What up, bro?
I meant the call earlier, man. What's up?
No, it's all good, man. You called into the show chewing on lettuce. What the hell?
Ask McGilla that question. He don't know.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you would know. So my question to you, Karumbe, is what are some preliminary cautions to take if you were dating as a single parent?
And why did she say I would know?
Because
I'm talking shit.
I don't know, man. You gotta. It's a lot of precautions, especially if you you got like a little girl or something. You know what I'm saying? Like if I see it from a mom's standard. You just don't want some dude around your daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a big thing for me. But you got to make sure the kid likes the person. Because a lot of these a kid will tell you if they like somebody or not. And they're usually like the first sign of something that's not right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a lot of it got to revolve around the kid. Let's see what else. A single parent. If they want you around all the time, you got other stuff to do. They got to understand that like you're not gonna be able to go out all the time to eat at different places. You know what I'm saying? Unless you like paying for their kid. So they got to be flexible to come to your house. You know what I'm saying? Get that home cooked meal with skill. All of that. Bars.
Okay.
Stuff like that, man.
All right. Well, I mean, that's good. That's good. You know, I appreciate your input on that, bro.
I don't know why I said I was the go-to on
I
this.
knew you would give a good better answer than me. I don't know.
But yo,
You can answer.
so I was watching. I watched the documentary that came on A&E, like last year sometime. It's called Streets of Compton, and it follows, basically like the development of Compton, evolution of Compton as a city, and what it's grown to this day. Obviously it's known for being very violent and and very much so into the music industry, but they showed like the development of like gangs and things of that nature. So I want to ask you guys, are there any positives of the gangs that are like formed in across the country? By the way, that documentary is very, very good. If you get a chance to see it, definitely check it out. Streets of Compton, it's a documentary off of A&E. For those who can get it legally or illegally, by the way of Cody or whatever, definitely check out Streets of Compton. It's a good documentary. But so I'll ask you guys, do you see any positives at all? Obviously gangs are anytime someone thinks of a gang, they think something negative. But do you see any positives? Like
I got it.
In gangs that are formed across the country. And I'll ask. You got something you want to say, Karube?
Yo, first of all, a lot of the gangs are started as like a positive means when people are poor in a lot of communities and all the rest of that stuff. Like what I'm saying, like the Gangster Disciples. They tried to change the name. The person that started it tried to change the name while he was in prison to like growth and development, because he wants the people or the gang to like build their education, their knowledge, and all the rest of this stuff. Like all these gangs started as positive things, but
yeah, I was just thinking that.
A sense of like corruptism. I don't know if that's a word. Like somewhere along the lines they got corrupt. I know why they got corrupted. I know how they got corrupted, but somewhere along the lines they got corrupted. Like at one point they were trying to say the Black Panthers was a gang, but it ain't really no gang. It had positive features to it. It's just the fact that like they go in and I say they, but certain people go in and plant certain people inside these gangs, and then it turns into a negative thing all the time. That's how it is, man.
Right. Hey, Ab, you know how to put that on silent or something?
That's what I'm saying, man.
It's
mute yourself.
Yeah. All right. Or at least hit the power button, something. But your Snacks. What's your take on the gangs forming? Like, are there any positives in gangs forming across the country?
I would say there's some positives in the sense that you're bringing a group of people together. I mean, sometimes people join gangs because the home life isn't too good. So you can join it, for like as a family approach, and so I would say it has positives. Like my man just said, most of them started off as positive, but somewhere along the lines, it turns and it stays that way. These guys continue to do the negative things they do in them, but I do think it's positive, man, in some ways, because like I said, for the kid that's out there that don't have friends or a group of friends or don't have a family, the gang gives him some type of stability with that. You know what I mean? And I'm sure it's like that all over the nation with certain kids, certain individuals. Because I feel like even gangs, to a certain extent, the negative ones, they prey on the weaker kids. The kids that are out, hey, man, you need some backup or something, or you want some help, you can join us. Some people join it for that type of reason.
Right.
If they were doing more positive things, then it would be more even more positive than what it is, that we consider gangs are now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I see positives like, pretty much piggybacking off of both you and Karumbe. Gangs, it gives a sense of brotherhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for those that feel like they're in this life by themselves, like whenever you hear, if you're in a gang or something like that and you walk around, you ever face any type of trouble, there's always somebody there, you know what I mean, to like, that you don't feel alone, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a sense of protection. That's really what gangs were. For gangs, obviously, the Crips and the Bloods were, formed to, for protection, really from like crooked cops, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where, something starts out as good and then it gets corrupted, and to some degree. I mean, they're not all negative gangs. They do have some positive gangs. I mean, hell, I've worked for one of the biggest gangs in the world at one point in time. I gave them 4 years of my life. You know what I mean? The government. Right or wrong? Did we not get initiated at basic training? Right? Anytime we get into trouble, it's a gang of us that go over there to handle it or start it, depending on how you see it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's I know I'm very appreciative of what the military has been for my life. I mean, it gave me a life. So but I mean, we can call it what it is. I mean, we can voice it. You can paint the picture however you want it. A picture's worth 1,000 words. So that just so happens to be a few of them. But so I know. With that being said, as far as painting a picture, I
wanted to add something to it.
Okay, go ahead.
A gang is how you perceive a group of people. Like some of the same things, like me, you, and a bunch of just say random people could be hanging out or whatever, or we ride bikes together. We might be considered a gang. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all in the eyes of the person that's looking at the group. That's kind of the thing that I'm saying. Like if a bunch of dudes in purple shirts were all hanging out together, you know what I'm saying? They might say they're a gang, but they could be a fraternity. You know what I'm saying? It's just
right.
The way it's perceived by people. That's all it is, man.
Life is perception, though, man. Life is definitely perception based. And with that being said, I'm glad you said that, Karumbe. I'll ask you guys this question: do movies have a profound effect on how people are perceived in the media?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And I feel that I feel that way as well. Obviously with our community, the movies that come out, it seems like I mean, hell, Denzel didn't get they say he didn't get an Oscar until he played a crooked cop. You know what I mean? In Training Day. And then, same with Halle Berry was a very promiscuous female. That's probably the PC way to say it. In Monsters Ball, that's how she got her, Oscar. It's just a lot of
things.
A lot
of black people get them.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just funny, seeing that to where we are portrayed as, we do bad things, But I mean, prohibition. What was that about? That was, obviously the white man's way of doing something illegal. You know what I mean? But it doesn't really get, it doesn't stay that. You don't. I would say, like you say, maybe you will, depending on where you live, rather. But in most cases, where you're from, if you're in Walmart at night, let's say like 11 o'clock, and then you see like, I don't know, I guess you say a black guy, depending on how he's built, depending on how he carries himself, some may feel, intimidated, or it's like something's going to happen to them, versus like if they see, a white guy doing the same, the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
They see me, they clenching their purse.
Right. Yeah. Because it's just like what's painted in the media. You know what I'm saying? And not necessarily always the case. Think about the incident. Obviously that happened at Virginia Tech. The most unlikely guy. I think he was the one that took out everybody. If you look at that guy, St. John Lee, he just looks like a normal cat. Look like nothing would, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't do anything. You know what I mean? But again, look what happened. So it's just one of those situations, delicate situation where obviously we shouldn't let stereotypes, consume us. But it's just awareness. You store stuff in your head naturally. If you touch the stove one time and it was hot, you're gonna look, the next time you check the stove, because what happened the last time. But I'll ask you guys, as far as like the way we are portrayed in the media, is you feel like it's always a negative thing with us, or do they have some positive aspects of us in the media? And I'll go with snacks on this one, man.
I think some of it is like with the media, man, the way they portray us. Because like even the guy, my man just said about the gangs, I tend to think the word gang makes it negative and a bad outlook right off the bat, and that's the wrong way to think. But because of, like you're saying, documentaries and movies, they depict that kind of thing, and that's what they depict a gang as. You know what I mean? They don't necessarily, I can't think of a movie or a documentary where they depict a gang as something positive and good to go after. They depict it in a negative, and like you said, we are who we are when we see these things. We take notes, they stay within us, and they resonate in us, you know what I mean? And at times they do, even down to some of these shows I watch, like the Basketball Wives and all of that stuff. It's a lot of arguing. It does put us in such a, I guess, not the brightest of lights. You're like, man, everybody's not like that. Just because you see it on TV so much does not mean it's everyone like that. So I would say yes, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, we still got on live. Ev, you still there? Or is that Karoon?
Yeah, she here.
I'm on just
okay.
now.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so let's talk about something. I got something else, I guess, that's that's definitely a lot of people have. They're gonna feel a certain way about this, but that Spice Girl, what is her name, Mel B or whatever. She said she got a restraining order against her husband. Said her husband was beating her, like he would abuse her. One time he did for I guess flirting with Usher. And then he forced her to have threesomes, and then he impregnated the nanny. Yeah, that's that's just wild. That the situations go on. People are like in the spotlight, and you just don't know what happens obviously behind closed doors, or when these people are not on on television, and it's unfortunate that that some males feel the need to to do that with to females, man, like to carry themselves that way, where it's a sign of weakness, you know what I'm saying? But she went through years of abuse, you know what I'm saying? For doing this. So I want to know how you guys feel about these guys that take advantage of females in this sense. You know what I'm saying? So what about you, Snacks? I don't know if you had read the story much, but as far as like this situation goes, for her, it's it's bad, and it's bad altogether. It just looks, it is bad. It looks bad. It sounds bad. So I mean, what are your thoughts on this subject?
Yeah, man, I actually took a little time to look into that one, man, and a lot of things on it. 10-year marriage. I'm not sure when he decided to make this turn that he made with her, the things he was doing, but I don't know, man. It's hard for me to understand because, for one, I'm not a guy who finds, I don't get me wrong, I like doing certain things, but I want my woman to want to do it personally. So, I mean, it sucks to hear a person have to go through that, any person, celebrity or not, but I don't know, man. I don't understand why she couldn't necessarily pull herself away from it. Like, I read that he made her do threesomes and she recorded them. I mean, he recorded them.
Right.
Yeah, and, and I guess those were later to be used on her if anything she got online. And, it was just one of those things, man. I really just can't understand it. You've got to, you got to get out of that kind of situation, man. I mean, but I guess the love kept her there, man. I'm assuming.
Well, I would say there's love and then there's fear, and fear is stronger than love. You know what I'm saying? So it's I'm in no position to speak for any battered female. I am not a battered female, but what I can say is that fear is stronger than love, man. So mentally in your mind, you think something's going to happen to you if you decide to make this move. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be very hesitant to do so. Or if he tries to hurt someone near you, like your own kids, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to say that he did, but just imagine that situation where a woman had to, a female had to be like, oh, let me deal with this, this pain a little bit longer while, trying to set, until I come up with a surefire plan that'll get me the hell out of here, So it's delicate situation. I mean, for her though, her being in the public eye, there's a lot of people that can feel a certain way because you have money that you can get to, you've got certain means that you can get to. You talk to, security or at your place. I imagine she lives in a place big enough to where you contact security. I don't know. I mean, but then it could be a mind control thing, man.
But this is my thing too. Like he was messing with the nanny, and I don't know if you took the time to see the pictures of the nanny. But personally, I don't believe most women gonna let you hire no nanny, no model as a nanny. I mean, come on, man. I mean, all the Schwarzenegger was messing with his nanny. She was an old lady.
I'm hiring a 90-year-old lady to be my nanny.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This girl was 22. This girl was 22, a model, man.
Not even making light of this, obviously of domestic abuse. But staying on that, that's the subject as far as like nanny's not looking good. I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger impregnated his nanny.
Yes.
And if you look at Maria Shriver and then you look at the nanny, it's like he didn't, you don't fuck down, you fuck up. That's pretty much that's Eddie. That's that's
what he did.
That's Eddie Griffin right there. You know what I'm saying? That's like it really is like it really makes sense. You don't fuck down, you fuck up. So I mean, it's
I'm back. And I'm with you with the fear thing because
you came back in right on time, man. He was talking about this situation with Mel B and her getting that restraining order against her husband. He forced her to have threesomes, and he impregnated the nanny. So
on video.
Yeah. So we want to know what you thought about that, man. Yeah, you still there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay, yeah. So what were your thoughts on that?
Man, I deal with a lot of domestic violence stuff here in Minot. I work with the Domestic Violence Crisis Center, and even though like some of the stuff is like, damn, man, that's kind of messed up. How come she can't get out of it? Mentally, these women are enslaved. They don't have the power to do that stuff because the man that manipulated them so much that they are dependent upon him. And when that happens, they don't feel they can leave because they're not worth anything to anyone else, because he's putting in their head that they're worthless. So for situations like that, man, I feel really, really bad for the woman. I really hope she finds a way out of it. And if she thinks about that restraining order and everything like that, because it's definitely not a good situation to be in. OJ, he should have been stopped earlier, allegedly.
Right.
I don't know if he had the same pull though as OJ. OJ had like he wasn't like he said in his in the documentary. If you've seen the 30 for 30 OJ Made in America, which is a great documentary by the way.
It was great.
Said, I'm not black, I'm not white, I'm OJ.
I'm OJ Simpson. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And like a lot of things, and even touching in on that one, man. Like her situation, man. Like Nicole tried, she attempted to, to come to, this police department, but with OJ having so much pull in the city, it just looked unbecoming for most of the people in LA. It just looks unbecoming for OJ to do such a thing. And then there was like a group of people that knew, obviously what he, how he carried himself. He was a hothead and a very abusive hothead, for that matter. So it,
right.
It's again, she would speak to. She tried to tell a few people, I believe. I think she tried to tell what's the one cat, man? She tried to Marcus Allen, right? I think she tried
Marcus
to tell,
Allen. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she tried to tell him. It's anybody that would actually listen and try to get her out of that situation. But it's a mental. It takes a mental toll. A big mental toll on you. Again, I'm unable to speak for any battered female. I don't know what it's like to go through that, and I've yet to put a female through that, situation.
Right.
So it's only but so much I could say, and it's just wild, man. That that obviously any woman has to deal with this, let alone be male B. This individual, because I think that he probably. I don't know if he makes more money than her. You know what I mean? Like it's a situation where you feel like you're unable to leave. It's normally like a financial restraint on you. But I feel like with Mel B, what she does whatever that singing show is was it America's Got Talent?
I think so. And she
you used to host it, didn't you, Nick?
But, they don't know that joke. Shit.
Yeah, I know. The Nick Cannon shit back in the day, man.
When I looked it up, man, he made $5 million in 2016, and she was worth $50 million. So supposedly she's worth more than him.
Not to make light of it, but she should have been beating his ass.
Yeah, that's why I said I was trying to find out, and like the man kind of shed another light on it for me, Evan, because I was kind of clueless to why she couldn't get out like she did, but he kind of put a little a better spin on it for me to understand it, because that's why I was lost. And after doing all the research and looking at it, I was like, man, she's got the money. Like, what's stopping her from calling 5 bodyguards, paying them $100,000 to get out of there?
That's what I was saying. Like she is the breadwinner. That was going through my head. Like she has the pool. If anything, like she could have pretty much controlled him, because if she leaves him, like she gonna get the money anyway and break him even more. So that's what I'm saying. Like she had the power to leave him whenever she wanted to.
But
she was paying for the nanny. He was paying the nanny with her money.
But it's not the power that she had. It's
right.
He took the mind. So when he took her mind, that was it. That's all he needed. It didn't matter what she made. It didn't matter what kind of
he sounded like a pimp to me.
Because exactly, if something were to happen to him, she would protect him. You know what I'm saying? That's what I deal with here. If these women, they tell me, this guy that being like, well, let's fuck him up. No, don't do that. It'll just be worse than me. Like, no, I'm talking about breaking hands and elbows. He ain't gonna never hit you.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they protect these guys because they feel like no matter what you say, no matter how many people you have, that man has more power than her, so she's terrified he'll come back on her.
Right.
Yeah, that's
it's a horrible situation.
That's a bit unfortunate. Well, obviously we're not going to make any jokes about this one, but I do have a topic coming up that we can make jokes about, and that is the firing at ESPN of Sage Steele, who has now been replaced on NBA Countdown by, I believe, Michelle Cheadle, I think, or Beadle, one of them, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yes, Beadle. Yeah. But this was a backstory on Sage Steele. This is the same individual that said that the most racism that she faced came from her own people, with her obviously with her being married to a white man. She's a black she's a biracial woman, and she had some things to say about when we had the Trump issued the Muslim ban earlier this year, and she tweeted out that she's not going to be able to make her flight because them having the Muslim ban or whatever, them doing a protest, for the Muslim ban. So, everybody's just been letting her have it. She just feels like she's so, fortunate. So, similar. It's the ESPN's version of Stacey Dash, basically. So it, she had to deal with it now. So it's like you lost. Now you've been replaced. But I saw a tweet. I think it was DL had. I don't know if DL Hewley tweeted it himself, but he forwarded it, and it says like Sage Steele was replaced by the white woman she wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? So, like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
That's fire. Yeah.
That's, it's kind of bogus, man. Like, that we do have people that, that feel that way, in our community, that, that feel they're, like, what was it? It's like Samuel L. Jackson's character in Django type thing. You know what I'm saying? And I know that.
Right.
Yeah, but. Yeah, it's hard not to laugh at this shit that that happens in our in our society, man. Obviously I don't think she's gonna have a problem getting another job. I obviously we just fucking with her about the fact that she feels she's more privileged for whatever reason. She feels she's more she's more privileged. I won't go on record saying why she feels like she's so privileged that she can just speak out against people that, these people are being banned for just being Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Like, their issue is they're unable to make your flight. They're unable to get back in the damn country. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's, what are you going to do? Man, what you want to do? You really want to complain about that? I mean, everybody has the right to complain. I don't care about how much money you have. You're going to have your share of issues. But let's be real. You mad because you're upset about you're upset about not making your flight. And these people very well might not even be able to get back to their homes ever again. You know what I'm saying? So like you weigh the pros and cons of the situation. You decide if it was worth it. But it is what it is, man. That's privileged people. It's called what we call one of my coworkers says first world problems. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. Before we get out of here, I want to make sure everybody hones in on this one. But what's something that you can teach the youth about life as an adult? Like, what is something that you can tell the youth, as far as what you've learned, and you're up until however old you are now? What's something that you can pass on to I would say, like to kids, kind of give them a fair warning before you become of age, to be in this world, you know what I'm saying, as an adult. I'll I'll go with Karumbe, man, and Sugar Booger. What's either one of you decide it goes first, but I wanted you guys to put your inputs on that.
She out of commission right now, man. I want to tell these kids, these hoes ain't loyal, and
right?
What else? That's a famous quote, by the way. You know what I'm saying? And secondly, I want to tell them, know your rights, man. Know your rights, because right now, they taking them. Know your rights. Yeah, quietly. Stay on C-SPAN and all the rest of that stuff. Look, read what's going on, because if not, you're gonna be lost.
Yeah. Okay. You got anything else you want to add, Karumbe? Don't trust hoes, don't trust pimps. Anything else? Cool.
Hey, don't have kids.
Don't have. Oh man, this is stupid as shit. It sounds like a good time.
If you were bad when you was younger, your kid gonna be bad as hell.
I will tell you this.
That's pretty much where it is. Don't have kids if you were bad.
With that being said, it is time for my public service announcement, where I say that any comments and things that are mentioned by anyone on this podcast does not reflect that of the host. And we will proceed with
it's a fact. Yo, Matt, it's a fact, man.
Yeah. What's something that you could pass on, bro, to to the youth, man, as far as like some, but really just precautions like becoming an adult. That's something that will prepare them for being, an adult and being and not making and avoid making mistakes, rather.
Who'd you call?
You. Yeah, who called you? Nick.
Hi. Okay. Oh, shut up. Anyway, I guess I would have to say, man, you got to value the time as it is right now. You know what I'm saying? Imagine the moments that you miss out on. Like right now, how we are now, imagine the moments we missed out on that we look back and say, damn, man, I should have took advantage of it. Like, tell these kids, man, take advantage of your time because it goes faster than you think. I'm 35 now, and I can't jump and touch the nets no more, man. When I was 25, I was dunking everything. So it's like,
well, I wouldn't say everything, but yeah, you was dunking, but
I was dunking.
Don't get too carried away.
Listen, okay.
I was on your team.
I'm giving a message, okay? It's a message.
Yeah.
Message. So to the kids, especially the black kids, the system's rigged. It's rigged against you. And that don't mean rebel. That just means be smarter. You got to step, a little bit harder than your white counterparts, and that's okay because that's what the system is.
I'm glad you said that, man.
But yeah, so that's all I got, man.
Okay. What about you, D Snacks?
Man, he really took all my damn answers, man. But he hit the good points, man. But what I would say is, listen to them old heads, man. Listen to your parents. There's a lot of things that my mom and dad told me early on, but because of who we were and how we were as kids, I didn't listen. I wanted to do something different than what they said to do. But what I realized even now, as myself that been 33, I talk to a lot of older folks at my job, and I listen to them guys, man, because them guys, they've been 33 before. You know what I mean? They've been 23. They didn't live our life already. You know what I mean? They got a lot of knowledge. And the biggest thing is I would tell them is listen to them, man. You'd be surprised what them old heads, your parents, a lot of them people know. And a lot of times they're telling you stuff from experience, man. They're telling you stuff that they didn't and they done it. And that's one thing I would do. When I was younger, man, I didn't want to hear it from nobody else, man. I had to go out there and learn the hard way on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
True that.
All right. Well, for me, what I would like to tell the kids, it's okay to be different. There's nothing wrong with going against the grain. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. A lot of us grew up in a time frame where, and they very well might be doing the very same thing, where because you didn't have the same type of shoes as someone, you were looked down upon. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least for me, like I grew up. I didn't have every pair of Jordans that came out. And and sometimes it would get to me when I was younger because I didn't understand it, but that really doesn't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing against those that were able to get Jordan, but it's just the fact of having it. The fact of having it just didn't mean anything. You may, depending on your outfit, you may look better. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, it's okay to be different. It's okay to think different than others, because a lot of people, tend to, they get caught up in trying to keep up with the Joneses instead of being themselves. And I would definitely advise the kids to definitely be. It's okay. It's okay to to go your own way. You know what I mean? You definitely want to walk your own path in life, and because you only get one life, and only one person can live it, and that's you. So I mean, you want to. You definitely want to listen to your parents, man, as well. As long as they're putting you on the right path, that is. Like, if you're listening to your parents and you find yourself getting into shit, then you definitely want to find a new role model or someone to look forward, someone else to look forward to. I mean, there are some parents that do take advantage of that shit, for their own personal gain, but for the most part, there are parents out there that's really just doing the best they can. It's something I had to learn. Myself growing up, that my parents did the best that they feel that they could, and there are a lot of times where I felt, maybe that they weren't, but that's just me as a child. They're only going to do, in most cases, they're only going to do what they know, so you have to continue to, obviously push yourself, because again, it's your life. Find something that you love. And really teach the kids about business. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of us are being trained to work at a company instead of owning it. You know what I'm saying? So I advise that all parents, all, uncles, aunts, whoever's listening to this, grandparents, tell your kids to own the company, right? Teach them learn how to own the company. You know what I mean? We need more, especially in our community, man. We need more people that own businesses. You know what I'm saying? And that, can generate wealth for kids that are, for generations. Really, that's what you wanted. That's the aim in life, is to get a business that you can pass on so that family is taken care of for like forever. You know what I mean? So that's what I would advise. Obviously kids to do. Piggybacking off of, you guys, listen to your folks as much as possible, gain the wisdom that you can from them. If you're unable to listen to them, find another adult that you feel is, is trustworthy enough to give you information that's going to help you be on the good path. So I would say, definitely do that. But before we get out of here, definitely want to send a shout out to my man Nick Rice with the 1-0 photography. If anybody wants to get like a photo shoot done, he does sport. He does sports pictures for like track teams. We just class photos, whatever, weddings, you name it, man. He does it. Who else? Definitely shout out to Joe Sneaks. You know what I'm saying? From being on the show, stuff like that. We definitely want to listen to Society X podcast. Be sure to check that out. Who else am I forgetting? I'm trying to think. And Najee Treasures, my homegirl Janae, doing her thing. I just talked about owning the business. That's her business. Ina's Treasures, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. Black woman doing her thing. So much respect to that. And what is it? My other homegirl, Hair by Misha, you know what I'm saying? Lamisha doing her thing, with the hair business. So shout out to her doing that. Give everybody's social media contact information. Let's see, Snacks. Yeah, let them know where they can reach you, bro. Yo, Snacks, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Okay.
Very short of Facebook.
We're going in and out here. Yeah. Okay. So just Darius Jordan on Facebook. Ebony, you still there?
Ebony is not. She is handling some business
Out of commission.
right now.
Okay. Cool. Well,
I wanted to ask something to that earlier, man. You in your thing?
No. Let me. We'll give out the contact information, and then we'll get back on that. Yeah, just get that. I'll just get that out real quick, Karumbe. Then we'll let you say your piece, and then we'll end this shit. You can check Ebony on Instagram and Miss Sugar Booger. You just look up, Miss Sugar Booger, and that should come up. You can check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, as Romy_Mac, MAK. Let's see, obviously you can catch Joe on Instagram at Joe Easy3, JoeAzy3. That's pretty much all I got for that, man. So go at your piece, Karumbe. What you want to chime in on?
Oh, I just wanted to say one thing they should know is to know their worth, yo. That's like one of the most important things in life, like relationship-wise, work-wise, anything is just knowing your worth.
I agree.
Right. Definitely, 100%, man. Definitely know your worth, especially our young ladies, man. I will not say this enough. Us as men, we are opportunists. We are opportunists. We will only do what you allow us to do. You know what I'm saying? Understand, women, you females, you control. You control it all. You make the rules. You decide what's legal. You decide what's illegal. You decide what was consensual, and you decide what was not consensual. You know what I mean? So definitely know your worth. You know what I'm saying? And if know how you want to be treated, know how you want the world to treat you. Voice and make your voice heard. And continue to grind. That's really all I got. Snacks, you got anything you want to add before we close up?
Nah, man, I think y'all hit it right on the head. Perfect. Be more like a little bit.
Yeah, man. These hoes ain't loyal. It's still weird, bro. But no, Karumbe, you got anything else you wanna add before we close out?
Nah, man, I'm good.
All right, bet. Well, this is the Romy Mac 2 Cents podcast. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube to the Romy Mac 2 Cents YouTube channel. Be sure to follow me on both Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram. You get whatever social media. Just type in Romy Mac, and whatever comes up, follow that shit. We're pretty much out from here. I catch y'all next week, on a new episode with new topics that we'll indulge in. But we out of here. God bless.
All right.